Hello, Streaming to Lima. I am Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Saturday, February 28th, 2026. And I want to talk about multiple things today. Stick around, you might find it interesting and worth your time. I say this because I want to start off with debriefing the Feel It Friday session that I did yesterday. And for those of you who follow what I do, or even if you participate, you'll know that the test that I do with the cards that I shuffled yesterday over there in the corner behind me, I didn't do a very good job at shuffling them yesterday because I got what I thought might happen. It actually happened, but I was able to persevere, and in doing so, I was fast at it. And I'm gonna just switch the screen here to talk about it. And reason being, because I was pretty impressed after I rewatched the replay and looked at my overall time. I finished in 18 minutes and 8 seconds. And comparing that to the previous week, I was 1937. So was it a different type of workout? Or yes, it was, because 92 Kings last week. Yesterday had 103. Queens was 97 yesterday. The week before, 111. Jacks, 91 last week. And yesterday was 106. So each week, every time I do this workout, the outcome is going to be different, where the average about the average number of reps per card is generally around the 100 mark, but it can change or jump up week after week. So if I looked at the week prior, you'll see Jacks were 95, 105 for Queens, and 108 for the King, respectively. So does flipping the cards and mixing them give a different outcome? Sure does. And it affects my overall time as well. So back on February 6th, I finished in 20 minutes and 2 seconds, whereas yesterday it was 18 and 8 seconds. Now, when I compare some of the other things that have happened over the course of time, one thing that I did start doing was adding the X49 phototherapy patch, and by placing it right here. Prior to doing that, I'm gonna actually take my blood pressure again today, and it's something that I have been doing on and off over time, and largely because it's another metric that's available to us, and a lot of people they rely on this metric to help manage their symptoms. I'm no different. And last time I took my blood pressure, just gonna set myself up here, it was kind of on the high side, which the first reading, and then after I did the workout, as I'm going to do today, my blood pressure changed. So, which was 1, 2, and 3. So, I don't know what this white thing is, but so I'm going to take my reading now, and I've already drank 2 glasses of deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water. And when I say 2 glasses, I mean 2 cups, and that's 16 ounces. So this is cup number 3. So that'll be 1.5 liters. That's about, on average, what I drink per day. About 3 cups. And this here is just a copper cup. It's made by Moskov, so it's typically reserved for drinking vodka. But and largely because it helps keep the temperature nice and cold, I guess. But I like it for drinking water. So that's my thing. Back to the blood pressure. So let's have a look here. I wonder if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see it. There we go. I don't know what to expect today. I'll just see what transpires. And you see on the screen there, I've got a couple other topics that I want to talk about. One of them is skin and moisturizers, and it's a subject that comes up periodically. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, my blood pressure systolic's high. Let's see what happens again. Huh? Am I worried? No. I did have a pinch of salt earlier, and it was today was Redmond real salt. So I don't know. Okay, so 136 over 92. My heart pulse is 52. Do another one. Sometimes I don't know about this machine because okay, that's starting. That's where I expect it to be, kind of thing. I don't know what this reading is going to be. So 125, 132. You can see my pulse 50s. So is it going to change after I do this workout? I think so. I'm just going to take this off here. And like I said earlier, I'm not worried about my blood pressure being the way it is because I'm not afraid about pushing my pulse rate to be super high or low, or like pushing my heart rate when I say, right? So here I'm going to take the X49 and I'm going to place it here and continue to do my thing here. So further, I wanted to talk about skin and moisturizers. And every now and then I see advertisements about this subject, and when I see women talking about, oh, if you have dry skin, you got to put the moisturizer on your skin because then you don't want it to exfoliate too much, or you want to maintain your nice skin. But there's a lot of women that also put a lot of toxic stuff on their face, and when I see that, I think, well, that's kind of counterproductive if you really think about it. And then a lot of women, They tend to not help themselves. And then when when you see women without, the makeup, then you really see their complexion. It's like, why would you put on something that's gonna keep making you look the way you are? Like, it doesn't kind of comprehend with my thought process. Largely because when it comes to managing good skin, regardless if it's in your face, your hands, your feet, your legs, your body, everywhere, right? Um, it always starts from within, and it has always been that way, and it will always be that way. And so when it comes to moisturizing, your skin, put beef tallow and uh, creams and all this other stuff, but you never change or fix the water that you're drinking that's causing that problem to begin with. I just, I kind of think to myself, well, why wouldn't you fix the problem so that way you don't have to use something else that is not necessarily fixing the problem, it's just masking it. And so when I see people, I'll use a personal story. When I speak with my sister, and my sister will say, "Oh, you got dry skin, you got to put some cream on." And I think to myself, well, okay, if you see a snake and their skin is peeling, do you see any zookeepers running down the hall to grab skin moisturizer and to put it on the snake so that way it doesn't peel its skin? No. Out in the wild, you don't see that. Why is the skin shedding its skin? Or why is the snake shedding its skin? Well, it's regenerating. Now, we as humans, are we doing the same thing? If it's happening, I ask that question. And I think we should know what the answer is, right? So a lot of women are quick to say, no, 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 put your skin cream on, moisturizer and all this stuff. Do you really need to? Should you be doing that? That's the question maybe you should ask yourself. If you're shedding skin, dry skin, there's a reason for it. Your body's replenishing itself. So focus on replenishing with the good things that's going to help your skin complexion. And what is one of those things? Well, one of them is called the X39 that can help because it activates that process of healing inside the body. So if you are lacking that, that's a tool that you may want to consider. Now, it is also known that glutathione acts as a contributor to good skin complexion. So if you are consuming the right amino acids, and when they're present in your body's going to take those three amino acids, the glutamic acid, cysteine, and I've got it written down, glycine. Those three, when they're present, your body will, when triggered, takes those three amino acids and creates the master antioxidant, which is glutathione. And the glutathione does wonderful things for the body. Can it assist with maintaining good skin complexion? The answer is yes. So if that's an area where you need to fix, if you got bad skin and you're putting skin moisturizer on, well, what are you putting in your mouth? Are you getting the activation that foundationally is improving your skin? Are you doing that? If you're not, ask yourself, maybe you need to change. And I've seen it too many times over the course of my life where women will look to the counter or over-the-counter products to fix themselves instead of fixing what they put in here inside their body. Which goes back to my first comment about, replenishing your body. Your skin starts from within. It always has been that way, and it always will be. So don't forget about that. And can it help you maintain your longevity? Sure it can. It's what a lot of us should be doing. But are we doing it? I know I am. And it's working. This guy's 49 years old, joining the 50s club this year. And do you think I'm 50 now? I'm going to be 50? Do I look 50? You know, like the rings under my eyes are getting better. And I look at my gums in the mirror. The color of my gums, that's tissue that's inside your body. What color is it? Does it look the right color of pink, or is it red? Is your body healing itself? Your gums are going to tell you a lot about how things are inside. That's why, you know, dentists will say they know. They can tell who's taking care of themselves and who's not. And if they say, oh, you got to have fluoride. Do I really? Just asking the question. Because when I drink the cleanest and most absorbable water, you don't have any fluoride. And my body knows how to utilize what's in here, and it puts it to very good use. So last but not least, barometric pressure. Let's have a look here, because it's one thing that I've talked about in the past. So barometric pressure right now in Calgary, let's just say, refresh this here, is 1025.3. So it's actually higher. Will that affect me today when I'm doing the fitness stress test? It's a question mark for me, because it's something that I have been paying attention to over the last number of weeks. And when I did the warm-up on Wednesday, which was February the 25th, I hit a maximum heart rate of 217, and the pressure was lower than it is today. Now, does that affect how, you know, my body responds to things? I think so. I think it does. But also what we eat on a daily basis will affect that, and that's something that I've talked about. And you know, will it happen today? It'd be interesting. Last night I had pork dumplings, so something, you know, different. And what else? It was some pork dumplings and cucumber salad. And I had some 2 eggs earlier, just before that, so to make sure that I'm getting that protein profile. You know, when I talk about the PDCAA, so to make sure that I have all the amino acids that are necessary for supporting muscle in the body and also other functions. So you're getting minerals and so forth. So I make sure that I don't skip on that. So, and lastly, before I forget, the promotion that's going on right now, buy 2 X39, get 1 X49 free. And when you do so, you can save $100 if you become a preferred customer. And you'll see here written on the screen, 90-day 100% money back guarantee for retail and preferred customers, 30-day 100% money back guarantee for brand partners. So if you choose to become a retail or a preferred customer, it's a good choice to start with. And if you find that you want to be part of Unlock Your Bioenergy underneath the umbrella, become a brand member. Consider it. Something you can do on the side. And you just never know what can transpire out of that. So if you want to find the promo, you can look for the link in the description below, or you can scan the QR code here and it'll take you to the shop where you can make your purchase. For the promo, just scroll to the top of the screen when you see it, and then it'll take you to the limited time promo. And when you do, you can experience the benefits much like yours truly, right here, 6 days a week. And I'll tell you, there's not much you can say to convince me otherwise that this stuff doesn't power your body. I'm telling you. So I'm curious to see today if the X49 is going to help me reach that hump of getting that goal of 250 skips in 68 seconds at a pace of 3.6765 revolutions per second. So spinning the rope 3 times per second, skipping and trying to get that 62 and a half sequences of 4 steps. So it's bing, ding, 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 bing, ding, 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 right? And I'm going to just try counting later on near the end, just to kind of help me get to that goal of 62 and a half. I've gotten close. 60.5. Last week was only 58 or 59. So it's a tough test. But I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying to get it. That's my goal. And then I just got to make sure I focus on being relaxed. So with that, let's get ready here. Get the heart rate monitor. Oh yeah, and here you'll see I talked about January 26th, 2022 is when I first experienced a heart rate over 200, the very first time. And that time was at 4:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That was way back on that day. And you can see here where, this app recalibrated itself for the very first time. And I keep pretty strong records here, and I'll see if I can find the November 6th one quickly. Oh, there we go. Okay. November 6th, 2023. May, August, September, October. Okay, so I said November 6th, 2023, which is right here, this guy. Okay, that's when I hit 217. And you can see here for the very first time. And since that time, I've been trying to break that record, and I almost did it on Wednesday this past week, which for me is you can see there, I tried very hard. I don't know if I can top that, but to be able to reach that intensity 3 years, almost 3 years, well, no, it's two and a quarter years later, it's pretty good, I would say, to be able to maintain high intensity at an older age. And dating back to when the very first time of 2022 hitting 210, and to surpass that says lots. So what am I doing on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, to allow myself to do that? Well, as you see there, power your body with the best. Get on board. I don't think you'll regret it. All right, so let's begin with the warm-up. I will use the beaded rope today just to do something different. And I'm going to set the metronome for 165. And timer, 10 minutes, 10-minute hit. And then I will take my blood pressure after I'm done. And let's see. Ready? Let's begin. So, basically with this workout, when the screen turns green, that's when I'm going to match the tempo of 165. There we go. I hit my knuckles. Almost did it again. To feel the rope the way it does, feels great. So we're halfway through. Feels good so far. Not overtired. You can feel the rear delts a little bit. From Thursday. Oh, really? Wow. All right, last round is up. Hopefully you're able to keep up. have some more water here. I'm going to switch the screen here, take a blood pressure reading while my heart rate monitor is reading. So wow. Really bizarre for me. I'm wondering if the barometric pressure has something to do with the blood pressure reading today. Because we are, you know, our blood is 94% water. So will the barometric pressure have an effect on us? And kind of interesting. So 86 heart rate. So let's take a one more reading here. So 89. So you can tell my heart rate monitor is reading correctly when I compare it against the blood pressure device. So for all those people that say, oh, your heart rate, you know, not reading correctly, I beg to differ. So when I see the numbers of 217, it's legitimate. So I'm going to turn off the metronome momentarily here. One thing I will do is wear the cowboy hat. It's one thing I've been doing the last few weeks because I don't want to see my heart rate. Actually, I don't want to see it on the screen that's in front of me. There have been times where I look to my right and I can see the phone beside me, but I don't want to be influenced by that. So I said 221. That's the tempo. And here's the rope that I'm going to use. So as you can see, well, here, I'll change this. This is the rope that I got. It's got the kink in it. Putting that on the floor behind me. So that's where it is. And this time I'm just gonna get on with it. I'm gonna kind of set my position of the rope hand, and then just get on with it. So I'm feeling good so far today. I don't want to have to use any more energy than I have to. I think that's kind of where I want to hold it. Just kind of couple steps. Okay, feels good. So if it's a little bit loose, sorry, I don't want to be too distracted. All right, are we ready to see if I can achieve this goal of 250 skips? So count with me. 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to count, but I will start counting later on when it starts to hurt. That's when I'm going to do it. Okay? So that's going to be my way of just trying to overcome that pain by counting. Give me something to think about that's different. All right, so let's begin. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Tripped. Really? I started thinking about something else. And that's caused me to See, it doesn't take much to get distracted or lose your mind-muscle connection. Sometimes it's this ribbon thing here on the handle. You know, it just sliding or moving just ever so slightly. One thing I've tried to do is tap with the my fingers. So instead of using my whole arm, tap with the fingers. Just try not to grip the handle so hard, and just stay kind of relaxed. I wonder if holding it this way. Yeah, maybe that's better. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know which way I should hold the rope, because there's this kink. The kink actually changes the angle ever so slightly. And because of that, I could trip over the rope because of this kink. It doesn't stay nice and flat, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's a little thing, but it makes a difference. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. All right, my heart rate has come back down, so I'm gonna try it again. I don't know how many skips I got in that first attempt, but this is attempt number 2. Zero, zero. I was just getting ready. Ah! Trapped again. Does the barometric pressure affect me? I think so. It feels different. It's a little bit different. I'm going to try again. Wait till my pulse comes down here. I will grab a little bit more water. So what I'm doing is just mixing the water with my saliva, but also allowing the water to be absorbed through my gums, because it goes directly into the bloodstream. And I can feel how the texture, I guess if you want to call it, of the water, it changes because of when it starts to mix with my saliva. I can sense that change. You can kind of see the temperature down here. That's in Fahrenheit. So I'm going to switch it to, so it's, you can see where the ring is on the wall. So 15.5 degrees Celsius. It's kind of cold down here. So when my hands change color a little bit, that's the reasoning behind it. It's cold. I'm going to take one more blood pressure reading here now that I've done a couple of tests. I want to see if what's happening with my body. So for all those people out there that are, I would say, curious, my blood pressure is changing. It's dropping. I'm wondering if the meal that I chose to eat last night, the pork dumplings, had a... And I'm sure that's probably why my blood pressure is higher today, because of the certain oils that are used for... Because they're pre-made. So, you know, do I notice the benefits when I eat something that's, you know, such as quinoa, when I make it with the cleanest and most absorbable water? Is there a difference? And the answer is yes. So, see here, 87, 88. So my blood pressure's dropped lots. So, I'll do one more reading here. Now the real question is, what about, you know, this test? Can I do it? I'm going to try it again. So my heart rate monitor is reading as it should. So this last reading was just slightly lower. I don't know why, but the readings prior were just right on the money. So I'm relaxed again. So I'm going to try to do the test another time, or again. And this is attempt number 3. See if I can do it. So I'll take that thing out. Now I can start to starting to feel the effects of the X49. You know, even though I just wipe my nose, but it's subtle. It's not very strong today. Now this is after 10 days of wearing it. That's the X49, which is right here underneath the wristband. You can see it here. So would wearing a brand new one help me get over this hump of the fitness test? And that's going to be my next thing to try, a brand new one on the fitness test. So, and I'm going to get some. All right, this is attempt number 3. Just adjusting the rope a little bit, just to see. I think that's going to be okay. Ready? I don't know how I did. Started to hurt. So that's how I know I was getting close. And that's when I started counting, was after it started hurting. And I got to 14. That's it for today. I think I've done enough. So I'll take my blood pressure one last time here as I'm recovering. All right. So let's have a look. (122/82), so 113. So it's dropping. So it seems like after really push, and I was really pushing hard in this last attempt to get that 250 skips. So my diastolic has come down quite a bit. Systolic is kind of staying up there. Heart rate is staying around what you see with the rhythm, or the Scotia Rhythm Plus. So one last reading here. So staying a little bit on the high side. So, I'm thinking that the barometric pressure has an influence on that today, which I'm not going to sweat it. Not at all, to be honest. If I'm going to be concerned about that, then I get bigger things to worry about. I'm just going to keep doing my thing and be back at it on Monday. So I'm going to watch the replay, tally up the numbers, update the log, and if you want to see the results before, or watch the replay here and count it yourself to see if I actually did it by getting that personal best I've been trying now for a few weeks. I'm getting really close. And it's just trying to overcome that discomfort. So, and here again is the X49 that I'm wearing. That's the phototherapy patch. And if you want to try something like this for yourself, take advantage of the promo that's going on right now. It ends March 1st, so not much time left, but scan the QR code or click on the QR code you see in the description, or scan there. That'll take you to the shop, and then just scroll to the top of the page and click. You'll find the header on the page where you can change the or select the promo that's going on right now. So that's it for today. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. We'll see you on Monday for another edition. It'll be Move It Monday. Have a good night. See you then.